Welcome to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, one of the early homes of college basketball. But today, there's a new sheriff in town. VCU and Havoc has come to try and run against the La Salle Explorers. And where VCU goes, their fans travel from Richmond. It should be a great one. In the Atlantic 10, coming up next. Welcome to Saturday Showcase, presented by 5 Hour Energy from Philadelphia and Tom Cola Arena. VCU and La Salle in the Atlantic 10, and a very important early season matchup. If you look at the standings, St. Louis, a perfect 5-0, then a logjam at 3-1, and throw Richmond in there at 2-1 as well. And you've got a terrific tandem at the top of the Atlantic 10. John Saunders alongside of Dan Dockish, and you can see it in the standings how important this matchup is. But each and every day in the Atlantic 10, you're going to see a very intense matchup.
John, this league is absolutely brutal. St. Louis is a top 25 team. UMass is in the top 25. St. Louis is as good a team as I think I've seen all year. And Chaz Williams, a little guard for UMass, that guy's in the finalists, top 25 for the Wooden Award every night. Is really tough in this league.
And a couple of teams who aspire to win the Atlantic 10 here today. La Salle against VCU, and it's all going to be about turnovers, making them and preventing them today.
Yeah, this is a classic matchup. You have Havoc, which is the mantra for VCU. And you can look right there. Every year they lead the country in steals. Every year they lead the NCAA in forced turnovers per game. Havoc comes in a variety of ways, and watch Briante Weber, number 2. Really, really good for La Salle. Ball handling has been a staple, been a key for this particular season. They go 109 to 52 from their 2 senior point guards, Duran and Garland, in terms of assist to turnover. You got to do it tonight, and then you got to finish play.
You look at the starting lineups for VCU, 3-1 in the conference, 15 wins overall. They start 4 guards, so Juvonte Reddic's going to be key.
Yeah, he's the only big guy in the lineup. He's long, he's athletic, he's a guy that can go on the glass and battle everybody. But for La Salle, they have 2 big guys. 1 against 2 doesn't usually match up.
Especially when it's Jarrell Wright and Steve Zach, who both will rebound and knock down some points on the baseline as well.
Yeah, watch number 0, Zach. Zach is a talented kid, about 6'11". He got a couple fouls against St. Bonnie. There you see him right there. Got a couple fouls early against St. Bonnie and really, really sent La Salle back.
There's John Giannini, the head coach, his 10th year here at La Salle. And Shaka Smart, of course, he's a national guy as far as the knowledge in college basketball because of that run to the Final Four.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me, well, if you're an SEC school, who do you call first? I said, it doesn't matter the school. You call Shaka Smart first, see if he wants your job. But VCU, he's happy right here, one of the best coaches, if not the best coach in college basketball.
And Tyreek Duran, with the ball in his hands, is one of the best at that in college basketball. And immediately they go to Wright down on the post, and that's the key, if he can pass out of the blocks.
Yeah, because VCU is going to double team, whether it's Wright or Zach on the block, so it's incumbent on them to be able to get the ball out of there and not turn it over.
There's Zach, rolls to the ball, looking to get it down to Wright. Between 2 defenders, gets it up on the iron.
Pretty good pass, pretty good interchange between the 2 bigs. VCU comes to double. You're going to see, this is just big on big, not a bad move. And now they've got him pinned in pretty good, but Reddic fouls with a little bit of reach. And John, people say don't foul the jump shooter. All right. Well, don't foul the post guy when you've got him double teamed. Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You got 2 guys on him, right?
Right.
Not likely he's going to score. Unless he's Jarrell Wright. He's capable of it. Burgess from outside buries a 3.
Yeah, that kid's been playing absolutely lights out. Confident, good stroke, can play inside, outside, and like right here, play defense for you all day long.
Garland dumps it off to Wright. Uses the glass too hard. Zach over the back, can't come up with it. VCU reloads. Zach comes out of there with the rebound. Duran pulls the string a bit. Not for long, though. Wright goes up and finishes.
And that's the strength of La Salle in this game. Generally, it's the guard play, Dern and the rest.
Boy, it doesn't take them long to come down and knock it in, does it, Graham?
It doesn't take long for John Giannini to lose his mind. 2 straight times, transition defense, awful, no communication, wide open 3.
Zach with a high screen, rolls off it. Wright now draws a double team again. Goes to the jump hook. And underneath, looks like Zach gets hit for the foul.
Explorers fouls on number 0.
Zach had a great, well, not Zach, Wright had a great look at it. His left hand and turn into his right shoulder is what he wants, but didn't get it to go. And then Zach over the top. Zach has to be smart. He has to learn from the St. Bonnie game. He going out of the game was costly, not necessarily rebounding or scoring, but because of his ability to pass.
Weber drives, has it stuck back before he knocks it out. Brandenburg, rainbow jumper is short. That's going to be costly.
As a backcourt violation.
He was shooting at you there. I think he was trying to smack that ball at you.
I think he was mad at me.
Oh, he's mad. He was angry.
I already had that this week with Brandon Dawson hearing my comments, broke his hand. Now we got Weber mad at us. We didn't even talk about him, did we? Said he was good.
I think your reputation just follows you.
See what they're doing because Zach can pass, playing at the high post.
Mills just missed everything. Brandenburg to Weber. Oh, man, they just clear it up in a hurry. Grand shot off the mark, and then the foul underneath against La Salle.
Explorers fouls on number 25.
Watch Ali Cox. Mo Ali Cox, number 12, is a tough dude. And he backed Wright out of there, and Wright on the offensive rebound just grabbed him around the waist.
Mismatch down there, but didn't want to take advantage of it. On the outside, deep jumper, and VCU is starting to show their strength from the outside early in this game as Burgess comes up with that jumper.
John, Wright was trying to guard Burgess. Excuse me, Zach was trying to guard Burgess. And Smart, Shaka Smart, ran Burgess off a couple screens, and Zach had no chance.
Mills from deep.
Basket scored by number 10, Sam Mills from Tyreek Duran.
Burgess thinks about another 3. Drives instead. Drops it off the glass, but short. Garland. What do we look for in this Havoc defense?
Well, what you're looking for is more of a full court pickup, not necessarily trapping. People coming from behind, trying to get a trap right in front of us here at half court if possible. And then what you look offensively is you got to be able to finish the play, meaning it's a scramble situation, broken court. You got to finish the play. And if you're VCU, the backflow, people coming from behind, knocking the ball away, stealing passes, rebounding, and leading the transition on the other side.
Dern to Wright. Nice strip as he tries to go up. No foul.
Dern really fast against Wright. Nobody guards the ball better than Briante Wright in college basketball. He gets over ball screens, but Dern went right by him and delivered a pass. Should have been finished.
Number 21, Treveon Graham.
Mills. Looking to dump it down to Dern, and you really want to go into the post that hard to your guard?
How about you just made a 3 in your Mills? Be a little selfish. Now, sometimes taking a shot isn't selfish. Throwing a pass sometimes is, and there, you know what? Knock it in.
Do what's best for the team, right? Even if that means you.
Right.
Johnson, little stutter step, guessed.
Boy, they're getting great looks, John. They're putting the big guys in bad positions for La Salle and just not knocking them in.
Right. Gets the bounce this time. Again, the little stutter step by Weber before the burst of speed. Well, we shouldn't be surprised. It's early, but we're tied up here in the Atlantic 10.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. Focus is the feeling of clarity and alertness. It's the feeling you get from 5 Hour Energy. And in part by the new 2014 Lexus GX. Dare to be spontaneous. And a new season of Brain Games on National Geographic Channel.
KFC Go-Kart.
Welcome back. We are tied at 9 apiece, and Dan, it's going to be a long day for La Salle if they don't play a little tighter defense on the perimeter.
Yeah, Steve Zach, the big guy for La Salle, is being exposed here a little bit. 9 points for VCU, 6 of them on that kid, from that kid right there, Jordan Burgess, going against Zach. They have been very smart, VCU has. They ran Zach off the screens. They put Burgess on the perimeter, moved him in different spots, and Burgess hasn't been able to find him just yet.
La Salle, on the other time, has tried to get the ball into their big guys and exploit a little bit of a size advantage, but VCU's done a nice job of double teaming the post.
Yeah, they have, and you know, you were talking before the game about how good Jarrell Wright is. Jarrell Wright's been very good in this game. He already has 6. If you're VCU, you cannot let the big guy turn to his right shoulder. Wright can't go right shoulder. It's easy. That's an easy way to put it on the scouting report.
Don't let that guy go right. You mean right?
Yeah,
right, that's what I said. No, but
Like
which
Abbott
guy?
Costello
Right.
Shtick.
Turnover, yes. Oh, before the end of the day, we'll have that one going. We'll figure it out.
That's 2 turnovers already for VCU, just passing and catching. Just catch the ball.
Everyone will leave Zach open from that point. He's going to have to learn to knock down that shot that you looked at there. Zach on the pick and roll gets stripped. Guest who did the job defensively at the other end.
That was 5 walks in 1 right there by Lewis at the top of the key.
Lewis with the retro hairdo.
John is smart. VCU going to zone because they know they're having a problem with Zach. Guest can shoot the ball as well. VCU needs to get somebody in it. Look at the middle of the zone. It's wide open.
Shot clock is down to 6 as that's released. Oh, Reddic go up and get that rebound. Couldn't put it back up and in, but still, great effort. Durham calms things down. Walked on his way in to make a play.
A couple times in this game, LaSalle's been on the rim. This time Zach is on the rim, but Guest doesn't let him finish. You know, there's 3 ways to stop a ball at the rim. One is block the shot, one is take a charge, and the other is strip the guy down low. And thus far, VCU stripped and blocked LaSalle around the rim.
That's Brandenburg's 2nd foul, so he goes to the bench. So depth for VCU.
That's part of havoc as well.
Durham, nice little ball fake. A little long with that jump. Reddic with it. Draws some company and knocks it down over Zach.
They went right at Zach with Reddic. And, you know, if you watch this game and you're a kid, make the game easy. Reddic just turned, face, shot, didn't make it difficult. Just knocked it in.
Lewis trying to create too much on his own. Graham tries to go straight to the hole at the other end.
Basketball isn't hard. If it was difficult, I wouldn't be doing it. Just a little inside Jack Sigma pivot. Turns, faces, knocks it in. And so too often, guys make it more difficult than it is. Hold the ball, take your time, and go to your strength.
Well, shoot, you've coached up these kids for a long time. How hard is it to free them of bad habits and get them to go back to the simplicity of it?
When you watch the Winter Olympics, you're going to see degree of difficulty. When you watch basketball, there's no degree of difficulty. Shoot it in inside the three-point line, it counts for 2. Make a free throw, counts as 1. Outside the three-point line, it counts as 3. There's no degree of difficulty.
So why make it tougher than it is, right?
It's kind of like life.
Duran trying to break down Graham, loses the ball out of bounds. and turns it over. And ESPN brings you 2 primetime matches tonight. First at 4, Tennessee takes on number 6 Florida, part of Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. Then at 7, number 21 Michigan. It's number 3 Michigan State, part of Saturday Primetime presented by DirecTV. Both games on Watch ESPN. And Nick Stauskas, a young man from just outside of Toronto, can shoot from just outside Toronto as well.
Those 2 guys and Devin Roy Marble are my 3 top candidates for Player of the Year in the Big Ten. Against Iowa, Stauskas was unbelievable. Just took the game over.
One of the great shooters in college basketball.
See, John, if you make it easy and go right at Zach, he's going to block the shot. You got to make things a little tough for Zach. You got to move him a little bit, make him come out, make him go in, and then he struggles. But going right at him, pretty good timing.
Shot clock is down to 8. Weber swings it back outside. Burgess, no good. Crashing the glass, VCU, but they can't come up with it. Duran looking for help. Zach finally bails him out. Duran drives, a little jump step on the iron, won't go.
Oh, VCU all over the rim. I think Duran was anticipating more people coming to the ball. VCU does as good a job as anybody. When they're opposite the ball, they get in the lane and affect the play. Nobody came. Durham just missed.
Graham had a look, moves in closer, and buries it.
No, it's just a little ball screen. Got to switch. Graham with a little shot fake. I'll tell you what, VCU plays offense with pretty good patience. Each guy takes his time.
Sal hasn't scored in about 4 minutes. Peterson will go to the free throw line.
Take your time with the ball. Shot fake and show the ball. Right here, show the ball. Oops. You show the ball, take a dribble, practice this shot, and you'll knock it in.
VCU is jump to a 13-9 lead as we approach the midway point of the first half. John Saunders and Dan Dockridge. And VCU has done a nice job of forcing La Salle to try and move that ball quickly.
Yeah, they have. The first time they've really trapped, and you see the area they want to trap. All right, they're not counting on steals, but what they're counting on is you messing up. And this time La Salle played out of it and was able to get a foul. You know, people think, well, you know, they trap you, they take it from you. Yes and no. If they don't take it from you, they want to speed you up, and then you've got to make good play. Really, it was a reason last year that Michigan beat VCU pretty good in the NCAA tournament because they were able to play out of the traps. You know, Trey Burke, when he broke it, was able to find Stauskas or Hardaway, and they destroyed that. They destroyed VCU.
Well, having Trey Burke is a pretty good key to that.
Yeah, kind of helps. And then, you know, Hardaway's on the Knicks, so it works out pretty. And Stauskas is playing great. Yeah, and this is what they try to do. You see the first 25 minutes. Okay, opponents shoot 46%. Look at the final 15 minutes, 39%. And same thing with three-point shoot. That's the effect of having. It isn't just, hey, we're going to steal the ball from you every possession. A lot more to that.
They make you make mistakes. It's like, you know, somebody making you pack in a hurry. You forget your pants or something like that.
Yeah, that happens to people. I don't know who, but it does happen. You know, it's like motion offense. You know, here you see going to the rim, and Zach right there. Now, Zach's able to play when you want to play in the paint. But you move him outside.
How about the look, too?
I like it.
Sal in that zone. Weber to Graham. And they get the shooters.
They definitely have the shooters.
Graham. 3 on the shot clock. Weber releases and knocks in a 3.
Man, oh man, that was set up by Graham and Burgess overloading the left side and then finding Weber. I love Weber. Weber's one of my favorite players to watch in college basketball. So much energy.
Lewis with the drive and then tried to dump that to I'm not sure who.
Oh, and then Weber, as we were talking about, comes in the backside of the play, and you're going to see here a little overload, the kick, the drive. Next thing you know, Weber's got a great look at the three.
Number 25, Jarrell Wright.
LaSalle had shown the ability to handle this VCU defense, but they haven't been able to take advantage of it. Garland. See a lot of one-on-one play for LaSalle that you don't normally see.
Yeah, you know, driving is fine. It's what LaSalle does, but you got to swing the ball a little bit and move the defense.
A little lob from nowhere.
I liked Weber until that play.
You heard his press clippings from you. Garland now goes to the baseline, spins again. I think Coach John Giannini is going to have a talk with his guards right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a talk that's on TV. You know, it's fine to do this when the ball's swung. All right, you want to go one-on-one with a side ball screen, great. Take the ball to the right, bring it back to the left, move the ball a little bit, but when you just try to go one-on-one, one-sided against a team like VCU with the quickness, you got no shot.
Graham puts it on the floor and travels.
That's third unforced turnover. First time that the referees, I was getting ready to say, you know, in the Northeast, they don't call travel like they do in the Midwest.
Apparently they do.
Yes.
Look, Garland trying to settle things down a little bit. His pink laces. Mills from outside, no good. They stopped going inside as well. They stopped looking for Jarrell Wright. Reddic hit the deck there, so got popped in the eye perhaps. They wait for him to come back up. Weber very smooth. That jump shot just off the mark. Jarrell Wright, he's getting frustrated.
Should be. You know,
Mills loses it momentarily. And back outside to Garland. Deep three-pointer, no good.
John, that's about 4 of the worst possessions you'll ever see right there.
Yeah, they got a frustrated big guy. Reddic. Graham gets the miss. Off the glass and good.
Yeah, they do have a frustrated big guy, LaSalle, because Wright, when he's gotten the ball, has gotten terrific shots, and no one on the perimeter of LaSalle's even looking at it.
7.5 minutes without a bucket for LaSalle. Garland, another deep one, no good. And again, another trip without a touch for the big guy. Burgess drives into a bunch of yellow jerseys. Mills to Garland. Reddic gets back defensively. Garland again, no good. This is havoc at both ends of the floor, and VCU just up and down the floor, and Graham lays it up and in.
You mentioned it. This is havoc, and this is how VCU wants to play. The less whistles, the better for VCU, because they've got 4 guys on the floor all the time, basically, that can get the ball and just take it on their own. You want havoc? You got havoc. VCU. Sat out 7 minutes. Game was a rout. Hits one from half court. You know, you watch a guy do that, John. I was watching the highlights last night, and you think, just made it look easy. You know, just pull up, knock in a shot here, pull up, knock in a shot there.
Well, I saw them say, he said that before the game he was more intense than he had been. His teammates were saying he wasn't as much fun as he normally is in the locker room. He was more focused. I kept thinking to myself, why aren't you like that every night?
Every night. I mean, people get mad Michael Jordan was too focused.
Yeah.
Well, there's no such thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you can be that focused and put up, 62, maybe Not even 62 every night. Just give us Garland walks. Give us 30.
How about play to win?
Oh, it's the Knicks. VCU up 10. Steve, thanks a lot. Here we have VCU up 20-10. We, of course, will join Steve at halftime, and he'll bring you all of today's action. And there is plenty of it. Treveon Graham perhaps will be amongst his highlights.
Yeah, he's been really good. 9.6 rebounds already, and doing it in a variety of ways. You know, offensive glass here, he just beasted La Salle. Treveon Graham's one of these smooth guys, man. But when he turns it on, as he did here, pretty electric. One of the better players in the country, one of the better unknown players in the country.
Juvonte Reddic. Down the line of your Explorers, number 35, Rohan Brown.
Right now, Shaka Smart's squad has been more aggressive on both ends of the floor. And La Salle, the offense that they debuted in this game is not the one they've played the rest of the game.
John, they start out La Salle throwing high-low, and then they start out doing nothing. Just whoever had the ball shot it. It's not gone well last 15 possessions.
Well, there's a floater that would have been interesting if it went. Lewis now. Oh, underneath. Everyone fell asleep and lost Brown.
Well, you don't see that very often. Usually VCU, pretty good communication, good look by La Salle.
Johnson floats in, no good. Garland with the rebound.
Same thing.
Right this time. On the floor, look for the big guy.
Same thing. You know, Shaka Smart getting a timeout. He is hostile with his team, and rightfully so. Nobody is talking. He put a funny lineup in. And as soon as they jumped off the bench, everybody was saying to talk. Look right here, Allie Cox doesn't know what's behind him. You always have to know what's behind you. And the same thing here. Guest to stop, Johnson stop. But nobody stops the ball. Brown with 2 straight buckets. Nobody knew who had Brown.
Physical therapy needs. Visit NovaCare.com to find your nearest NovaCare.
They had gone 8.5 minutes without scoring a field goal, and then they get back-to-back. Journey to the tourney, season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. Tonight, the journey continues on ESPN at 7. Number 21, Michigan against number 3, Michigan State. Part of Saturday primetime presented by DirecTV.
Yeah, you want to watch a rivalry. These two guys going at it. Izzo obviously done a terrific job. Won't have Adrian Payne tonight. Won't have Brandon Dawson tonight. And Michigan playing without Mitch McGary has really turned it on. The only 2 undefeated teams left in the Big Ten playing tonight. It's going to be great.
I thought when Mitch McGary went down with the back problems that might sink their season, but apparently not.
No, you know what? John Horford and Jordan Morgan have combined for 17 and 10 every night.
VCU moves the ball so nicely, and Treveon Graham knocks in a 3-pointer, drawing everybody on La Salle into the middle and then throwing it back out.
Yeah, and you see basically an entirely new lineup for Shaka Smart. He just told that 5, no, you're out. You're right, John. I mean, great ball game. Inside, they shrunk the defense. One thing about driving in the middle, you have to know where your teammates are. And there's always a teammate for VCU in the opposite corner and always one at the top of the key. Makes it easy.
LaSalle with a field goal drought. Lasted almost 9 minutes. Duran, who's kind of been quiet in this game. Zach sets that pick. Lewis, Zach wants the ball now. Double team, and the shot clock goes under 10. Garland dumps it down, and Brown puts it in.
Amazing what happens when you don't shoot off one pass. Move the ball, explore, no pun intended, and get a bucket.
Doesn't help though, you come back in and allow VCU to just deposit another one. And Lewis, driving to the bucket, is able to draw a foul.
pass the ball. Reverse the ball even better. And then you can drive the ball and find somebody. At least La Salle learned. Took them about 8 or 9 possessions, but they learned.
Better late than not at all.
Returning for your Explorers, number 10, Sam Mills.
Mills comes back in.
21, Tyrone Garland.
Tell you what LaSalle also needs is for these students to start making some noise.
Yeah, there's enough students here. This joint ought to be jumping a little bit, but VCU's kind of taking them out of it.
VCU moves the ball about as crisp as any team I've seen.
They get a little weave action, John, and it spreads the defense and enables that right there, Reddic, to go to work on the block because everybody has to guard their own. It becomes one-on-one on the post, which is pretty good offense.
Dern finds Lewis. Zach calling for the ball. He's got a mismatch. A big one down there. Well, exploited, though. Just get the ball up on the iron and no good. Weber trying to go coast to coast. Nice hands by Dern. Almost had a strip. Knocked out of bounds. Still belongs to VCU. Shaka comes out to get the play in. Graham, as Reddic sets the screen. Graham just goes right to the glass. And Reddic's down there to tip it back up and in.
High ball screen. Zach came out. Here's steal.
Force a quick turnover and then the foul.
They're going right at. Here's Zach switches. Graham goes right around him, and nobody rotates over to put a body on Reddic. Jumping contest between Reddic and Brown. Reddic's going to win. And again, the switch by Zach onto the ball handler, not good for La Salle.
There's not a lot that's good for La Salle right now.
Not to this point.
Returning for your Explorers, number 1, DJ.
And that said, they're down just by 10.
You mentioned it earlier. Dern has to get going. Leading scorer 14 tonight, doesn't have a bucket. And hasn't been involved really other than to hold the ball on the left side and try to beat a loaded defense.
Garland as well. They get a lot of their offense out of him. Almost 14 points a game. Garland moves to his left, and unfortunately, most of his teammates went with him. Garland, three-pointer. He fouled on that jump shot.
VCU foul is on number 20, Jordan Burgess. His first.
They fouled him on the jump shot, according to the refs, after they missed the travel. Little shot fake again. Let's see.
Come on.
Coming up on the Land Rover halftime report, we're going to go coach to coach. I'm going to be Tom Izzo. Who are you going to be?
I'm a Michigan man. I'm going to be John Beeline, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to beat the Spartans tonight in East Lansing.
I don't think so.
All right. Seth and Bruce already started role play this year.
Oh, that is going to be a heck of a ball game tonight between two great coaches. And these two guys, in my opinion, along with Devin Roy Marble, the front runner for Big Ten Player of the Year.
Well, I'm going to go with Nick Stowski.
So far, yeah. So far.
No, there's no bias on my behalf whatsoever.
I think Appling has played, point guards in the Big Ten are really good, and he's played terrific against all of them. He's got banged up the other night, Tuesday night. Hurt his back and hurt his wrist, but kept playing, competing.
That's the first point in this game for either Garland or Dern. And they have yet to hit a field goal, obviously. But they cannot win or even come close to winning if that continues.
You know, and also to add to it, taking bad shots and taking the ball into bad spots those two have.
Yeah, that's got to change right now. And those are two of the best guards in the conference. You don't expect that. Pass for Reddic. He gets away, and Duran quickly pushes it. Dumps it off to Peterson, and he'll go to the free throw line.
You know, we talk about new emphasis on rules, and we talk about hands and freedom of movement and all that kind of stuff. And fine. I mean, that's all changed, and the truth of the matter is it's all gone by the wayside. Scoring was up like 11 points. Now it's up less than 7 points, or right at 7 points, so it's all settled in. But the one area that I think has caused confusion for the players is what is called going to the rim. You know, you get a touch out here, and nothing's called going to the rim. And that time, Shaka Smart asked the ref, he said, well, what are we supposed to do? He just stood there, and the guy ran into him.
I expected to see confusion as someone watching basketball, not so much from the officials, but, you know, watching the game and going, is that a foul? Is that a charge? Is it a block?
Every year, college basketball puts emphasis. Every year. And every year by February and January, the emphasis will go.
Reddic underneath, little jump up, that's good.
Well, that was nice by Reddic. He just out-battled Zach, and then went to his offhand, the left hand, got it in. Look at Weber.
Active hands force another turnover. This is what VCU does. Leading the country in forced turnovers. Trying to do it for a fourth consecutive year. Pull it back out. Shaka sets up the rest of the offense. Johnson goes to his right. Reddic goes to the left. Knocked out of bounds. That's still VCU's basketball.
Your hands active. Look at the active hands on the ball. Now right here, watch Weber. Hands active. Look at active hands, you steal stuff.
Only 4 on this shot clock. Graham recognizes that. Comes out shooting. Nice job by Peterson to get that rebound. Garland sees an opening. Graham fouls him. I say he sees an opening, more like he created an opening.
You know, you can do that thing. I mean, you're coming down the floor. It's a scramble. It's secondary break. You see an opening. You want to create an opening. That's fine. But the Sal's problem, and again, they're only down 9, and they're at the foul line, has been in half-court offense. And the problem has been not swinging the ball, not moving the ball, and trying to drive against a loaded defense, which leads to bad shots.
Well, the free throw line, their friend right now for La Salle. They've made the last 8. Down pass down to Reddic, tries to reverse it. Probably should have just gone up strong with that.
Don't complicate it.
Garland pulls it back out. And this is where you talked about that La Salle has struggled. Oh, Garland, out of control.
You can do that in transition. You cannot even think about doing that in set half-court offense/defense. Look at this. The defense is set. And there's no advantage there because the VCU player in 4 spots is every bit as quick as Garland is. They play 4 perimeter guys. They can all move their feet. They're all well taught. And that man right there is going nuts. Just look at his eyes and tell he's not very happy.
No. Since I worked all week to prepare for this game, and we're not listening.
But they're right in it.
And that's where VCU has problems, is at the free throw line. Let's see if Garland thinks better of that one-on-one effort he showed last trip as Wright comes out.
John, we're 25 seconds into shot clock, and the ball hasn't gone from the left side.
Wright leans in. We're going to send that the other way. Whoa, offensive foul.
Defense is set. He's outside. Usually when you touch a shoulder and you're sliding by, usually it's a block. But I think that was a good call. I think he hit him. He just happened to hit him on the left shoulder. But again, John, I'm telling you, you take a line, you draw it right from the front of the basket to half court, straight bisecting the middle of the lane. That ball never came on the right side of that line. It stayed left side. Bad things are going to happen. Move the ball.
They will move the basketball. Mills comes out of there that miss, and Duran now. Weber out on Duran. Takes it as a personal challenge. Mills. Short. Look who gets that rebound. Weber to Johnson.
Ooh, was
you know what?
Nice.
I'll tell you what. Weber just showed right there why he's one of your favorite players.
Absolutely. Did
everything on that trip. Duran rattles down a three. Just a 6-point game. Shot clock and game clock are about 8 apart. So VCU wants to use as much of it as they can, but their clock right now is down to 5. Graham outside to Lewis, and one pass too many. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, really good defense, but look, they went too late. Didn't start making offensive move till 6 seconds, and you said it, John. One pass too many.
Drive by Duran to Zach, and they score as time expires. And if that isn't college basketball, you play a pretty bad first half, you're only down 4.
Played really a bad offensive first half, but Duran just puts his head down, straight line drive, and terrific vision.
VCU with a 33-29 lead. Now it's time to send it back to the studio, the Land Rover halftime report.
All right, thank you very much, John. This is your Land Rover halftime report. We begin over on Coach, our game right now. La Salle at some point shooting just 25% from the field, and yet they're only down 4 to VCU. How have they done that?
Well, VCU's been wreaking havoc. VCU's clobbered La Salle on the boards, ahead 12-2 as far as second chance points. But La Salle's found a way to hang in there and keep this thing close. The way this game was played, VCU should be up 10. La Salle's still in this one at home.
Absolutely incredible. Should be an exciting second half in Philadelphia. Straight ahead, Coach Bruce Pearl, he becomes John Beilein. That's insane. And, well, you know, Seth Greenberg becomes Tom Izzo. We're talking about Michigan State when we come back.
Back again with the Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy here in Philadelphia, where VCU is leading La Salle 33-29 at the start of the second half. John Saunders alongside of Dan Dockage, and interesting way to start the day because it looked like early La Salle would feed their post. They stopped doing that. It looked like VCU was going to run with the game. They stopped doing that.
Yeah, and the pressure of VCU looked like it was going to cause real problems for La Salle, and stopped doing that. Early in the game, a lot of hands were on balls, fouls. You see right here, no full court pressure and a turnover. But late in the half, La Salle figured it out a little bit. They got the ball inside in transition. They drove it in transition, and it led to this basket right here. A Duran full court sprint where he was able to find his teammate, and you know what? It's a 4-point game when you felt like it should be more. And you see the numbers right there, only 3 steals, only 6 forced turnovers. Not very many points off those turnovers. And you know what, John, you said it earlier. You would expect it because these are some veteran guards. The offense in half court hasn't been great for LaSalle, but the guard play, handling the basketball, has been okay for John Giannini.
It's interesting because you talked about the defense and the pressure and hands getting on balls, and at the end of the first half, that's the way it ended.
Yeah, and you know what? Two big things happened at the end of the half: a three-point jump shot, and then, as you saw, the length of the court, the drive.
So from the outside, there's been a lot of success for VCU. Let's see if they can continue that here in the second half. A little carry of the ball by Graham.
Yeah, that was the matchup they wanted and exploited in the first half. Graham against Zach. Zach backed off a little bit, moved his feet. Graham turned it over.
So Duran, who was quiet for most of the first half, but did end the nice three and a drive that led to a couple of points. Right goes up. Reddic got a piece of that from behind. Weber looks like he's going to drive, and again they swing the ball so quickly. Makes your defense rotate. And that's what's going to cause some openings there in travel.
Well, they did swing the ball quick, and LaSalle switched everything. And in switching everything, it's going to cause some matchup issues with Zach this second half, but they had the same matchup issues in the first half, so.
Brandenburg. The high screen. Dump back out and into the corner. Graham with it. Good look at a three. Won't stay down.
John, everything else was a fraud. That play was designed to go to Graham, period.
Oh, you want to talk about power by Wright to get that ball in. I hope he's okay because he came down hard but muscled that over the rim.
When you do this to another player, you're never hurt. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. You just beasted. All right, he's laying down for effect. He'll be right back up and not get a free throw. You get hurt when you're the other guy, but not when you.
His feelings are hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Not when you do what Wright just did. Although I will say, you could hear the hit. I'm guessing it was his head that hit the floor.
Yeah, like you said, he's right back up and ready for that free throw.
Yeah.
This game at one point, you and I were looking at each other, afraid that it might be a runaway and hide game for VCU. And look at LaSalle, haven't played their best and got it back in a couple. And then that entry pass, Reddic with Wright on his back.
You know, 7 turnovers now, and a lot of them like this. This is at least the fourth, just unforced, throw the ball away or drop the ball turnover.
Garland went up. He gets stripped, but it'll still be LaSalle basketball.
Well, Weber wanted that. Yeah, he was right, too. Weber knocked it off of Garland. And Weber immediately complained about it. Nobody paid attention to him.
Durham down to right. Gets his own. Back up. And good.
That is good adjustment by John Giannini. Second half, just throw the ball to Wright.
Graham drives, dumps it down to Reddic, and he gets fouled.
They started the game doing this, they being LaSalle, throwing the ball into Wright on the block, and you can just see he is knocking people around. I mean, he's getting guys out of there. People are coming to help. Bird just got knocked out. Graham's been knocked out of there. Now the question is, can they continue to do it?
Or will they continue?
That's
it
better.
It almost look like they just stopped doing it.
Yeah, you're better with words. Will they continue to do it? Because it's going to be there. Wright is going to get good position on the left block.
Wright with the rebound. We got a one-point game. Very important one in the Atlantic 10. Both these teams are 3-1, chasing St. Louis. Perfect 5-0. Oh, Wright this time, before he made his move, was stripped. Weber drops it off to Reddic. What a finish!
Yeah, we talk so much about guards. Watch Reddic. Reddic, you can't see him right now, but Weber knows where he is, and Reddic just keeps running the floor. What a play by Weber for Reddic. So many times big guys stop when the point guard has it. Reddic just kept going.
Bad news that Wright has 3 fouls, so he goes to the bench, especially the way the second half started. And now VCU wants to come with the pressure.
Yeah, problem you have now is you're playing against VCU's strength.
VCU fouls on number 2, Juvonte Reddic.
Weber with the foul. It's just really the feet getting tangled up. Duran stepped on his foot. Weber's still shaking his head.
I think he's still mad about the 2 plays ago when he knocked it off Garland's
No,
foot.
that's right. Little discard. Peterson can't finish. Brandenburg tries to go all the way. Count it.
John, this kid can score. Had a bad first half. Didn't get a bucket. Scored over 1,000 points in his career. Was a scorer in high school in Ohio. And this kid just coast to coast for an and one. Ron Brandenburg has. He's been scoring since he got here. I think they expected maybe a little more, in the 15-point range this year, but got it done there.
He's a 1,000-point scorer. VCU with 3,000-point scorers. There's only 4 schools in the country that boast 3,000-point scorers on their roster. Garland back out. Mills pulls up with a 3 that's good.
Basket scored by number 10, Sir Mills.
Now let's see whose defense is the one that starts to come through, because both teams are feeling their offensive rhythm right now. Brandenburg dumps it off to Reddic, and Zach gets the foul.
And you are absolutely right. Both teams, they're matched up evenly, 4 perimeter guys on each team. So it's just going to be a matter of who gets the other figured out. Right here, a little ball screen and dive. This is La Salle's move, but VCU got him, and Reddic goes to the line. You can get hot defensively. You can get where I know I have you, and my teammates are in the right spot. And neither team is there right now.
Reddic is 50% free throw shooter here. And this could be an issue for Shaka Smart. His team only shoots it at 66% as a whole, but you like to have your post player shoot better than 50%.
And he was a 71% shooter last year, so something's creeped into his brain. Yeah, you play in this league where everything comes down to the end. If you can't shoot free throws, it's going to cost you a championship somewhere down the line.
Garland, high off the glass, dances it down.
That's what we were talking about. They beat the pressure, and then you got to play out of it, and Garland did.
Now VCU's going to go to the post. Reddic.
Wow. Reddic with a little inside pivot again. Just went to his off shoulder, knocked it in. Wow.
Duran calls out. Get that high screen. Duran again. Brown. No good. Zach went after the rebound. Brown gets it back. walked a few times. Zach. Wow, active.
I'm with you. I don't think he walked once. I think there was walks a couple times in here, but credit VCU. Brown. There's that. 3 points.
Well, stay active and good things will come your way. ESPNU has a doubleheader of hoops tonight. First at 9, number 8 Kansas facing TCU. Then at 11, number 7 San Diego State takes on Utah State. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. I'm waiting for the press conference after the Kansas TCU game.
The worst since Naismith took the team to the Lawrence YMCA last year, right? That was
exactly awesome. A year ago, and he's hoping for better results here. Here we got a 3-point game in the Atlantic 10. John Saunders alongside of Dan Dockich as Zach goes to try and convert a 3-point play. You got to figure this bodes extremely well for La Salle if they can keep putting points on the board with Wright on the bench with the 3 fouls.
You know, absolutely, because they have a go-to place with the ball, and that is to Wright.
Reddic working on Zach. Zach blocked that with his hip.
Yeah, look at Reddic, 7 of the 10 second-half points, and he's just been active. He's done it in a variety of ways. Screen, roll, dive, ran the floor for a 3-point play. And, you know, we've talked about throwing the ball to Wright from La Salle. VCU's tried to do it to Reddic.
Lewis came up with that steal and gets it to Duran.
Mike, that's just another unforced turnover. Just throw it to the other team.
Not advisable. Coaching 101. Right?
I don't know that there's a sport that it is advisable in.
A weave by Lewis finds Zach. Duran now. The shot clock at 5. Mills. Tough little pop in the lane. Whoa. I'm going to call that a tied-up ball. Possession arrow keeps it with La Salle.
We'll say this, when La Salle takes their time and moves the ball around, they put a ton of pressure. You see the shot in the middle of the lane, then the jump ball, but when they just don't take it and go, this is a very difficult offense to guard because these guards can shoot, they're strong, they can get in the lane.
Rohan Brown is giving them some good minutes. This guy only plays about 11 minutes a game, but is a big body, and with Wright on the bench, to throw him back out there is huge.
You know, he is, Mike. He's really confident.
What'd you call me?
I do that all the time. You can call me Ed.
No.
Anything you want.
I like Dan, you know. I like going with
John.
The name your mama gave you.
Yeah, Brown is really confident, John.
Duran confident as well as he ties the game at 43.
Think about that, only his second bucket of the entire game, and we're sitting here tied.
Yeah, that is incredible. Sal on a 10-3 run. But this is where they have to start impressing. Graham spins. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Man, really good defense, and John Giannini doesn't like it, but Zach was right there, but he went back and smacked down on the shooter. I mean, all you got to do is stand there with your hands up, particularly when you're 6'10" or 11, whatever he is. It's so easy with referees when you reach in or you smack down. Nothing easier to call than that.
That's a great point.
He just
call it almost every time.
I don't know if he made any contact. I just know the guy fell and you smacked down. It's going to be called. Or the elbow extend. You know, the extended elbow when you're driving the ball. That's an easy one as well. There's certain no-brainers in hoops.
LaSalle hasn't had too much trouble with this pressure until right now. Weber almost has a strip, does come up with the ball. It's a timeout. They're going to give a timeout to VCU, saying they stole the ball, got possession.
A little bit of heat here by VCU, and it usually involves Weber. Here's Weber. Great anticipation. Knocks it off of Garland's legs. Is smart enough to get a TO, baby.
LegalZoom has helped start over.
Just a 2-point game, a tight one here in Philadelphia. And for LaSalle, they managed to play well in the first half without getting much out of their stars, but now it's starting to roll.
Yeah, Duren hits a shot there, and he's their leading scorer at 14+ a game, but not much out of him, not much out of Garland, and not much out of Zach. Jarrell Wright has fouls. But to win this game, those three guys, Garland, Duren, and Zach, going to have to come up big time.
VCU just coming off forcing a turnover. Good look momentarily stolen, and now with a quick hands, it's LaSalle. Garland wants to create his own havoc by going right at the D.
Yeah, another turnover, kind of unforced by VCU, and Garland takes advantage.
Into the corner, VCU's offense has come from the perimeter most of the game, but Johnson can't score there. LaSalle looking for the first lead since the opening minutes of this game. Garland, oh, great pass down to Brown, who's going to go to the free throw line.
This is pretty good. We talked about Garland being one of the second leading scorer, not getting much done, but just Brown gets his hand on it, and Garland takes it in, and you know what? Nobody stops the ball. Got an experienced guard who knows how to get it in the basket. It's amazing how guys in this game, this is the third, fourth time they've gone coast to coast without anybody stopping the ball. It's the #1 rule of defense. Find the ball, stop the ball.
Down the line for VCU, number 20, Jordan
John
Burgess.
Giannini talked to him last week before the Temple game. I said, you know, what are your kids like? A bunch of good kids? He goes, yeah, you know, they're all really good kids. He says, they're like all kids today. They're mumblers and texters.
Number 32,
And then he said, but I got one guy who's not. He brought Rohan Brown over. He called him over, and he says, this guy is going to be somebody special on television or something like that.
Because he doesn't text.
Oh, I'm sure he texts.
mumble?
He's not a mumbler and a texter. Oh, but that does just sum up a lot right now. As Graham fights that ball over top of the iron. That's terrific.
Just too strong, John. And this is the guy offensively that's just different than everybody else. Right here, isolation, top of the key against Brown, and he's just strong. And Brown tried, but when he gets a hip on you, it is over. It's just a matter if he's going to make or miss. You know, if I'm LaSalle here, I got to look at Duren. He just scored. He just got a bucket. He's used to these situations. Played well in the NCAA tournament last year.
Do you maybe take the ball out of his hands?
Yeah, to get it back to him, move him on a side, and come back to him and give him a. He's going against a good defender, but give him a little advantage. There's no advantage right here.
Zach rolls off his screen. Lewis with it. 5 on a shot clock. Lewis drops it in.
And John, that's exactly it. They tried. They put it to one side, reverse it to the other, and got a layup. Reversing the ball is easy. You got it. Look at this. Another turnover. Pass catch.
Duren takes it right in. And around Burgess.
Explorers call timeout.
And LaSalle calls the timeout. It's their first lead since 4-3. John Giannini calls a timeout.
Yeah, there was something John Giannini either liked or didn't like, but the ball movement is essential here. It goes into the middle of the floor, then reverse, and now you have driving lane. And then here, this is just pass and catch. This has haunted VCU all game, and it's the reason VCU didn't take the first half out to more than a 4-point lead. Just sloppy by VCU.
ESPN brings you 2 primetime matchups tonight. First at 4, Tennessee takes on 6th-ranked Florida as part of Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. Then at 7, number 21 Michigan and number 3 Michigan State, part of Saturday primetime presented by DirecTV. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. Have you ever done that? Other than late in the game, when maybe you're trying to extend the game, you score and quickly call that timeout, but take a lead and call a timeout?
Yeah, it's rare, but 2 reasons you do it. Number 1, you see something defensively that you were going to take a timeout against no matter what. Didn't matter what happened. You had to get that stop. Or number 2, you wanted to get somebody in the ball game. Now, John Giannini, he's trying to get Sam Mills back in the ball game, but he can't do it. They had pretty good momentum.
Yeah, that's what I wondered about that. Especially the way you got those points. And look at this. Lewis with a steal and scores. So the school that leads the nation in steals gives up a pair that gives La Salle the lead. Burgess. And again, La Salle, this is what we talked about before. Which team would show themselves defensively? Weber. Oh, tough shot. And good.
Weber sprinted into the lane, pushed off the back of the defender with his right hand, and then brought the ball back to his right hand and knocked it in.
Lewis again, creates some space, floats in, back out. Garland, 3, good. La Salle up by 5, their largest lead of the game. Weber's had an answer just about every time. Brandenburg travels.
The pressure is supposed to come from the team in the dark jerseys. It's coming from the team in the gold jerseys, and now they've figured out. Don't drive against a loaded defense. Whip that ball around a little bit and knock it in for 3 goggles.
I've been out there most of my life. You name it, I've hooked it. But there's one that's always eluded me. I thought I had it in the blizzard of '93. Never even came close. Sometimes I actually think it's mocking me.
What?
Steve Weissman in studio over on ESPN right now. Duke, Florida State. It is all Duke. Andre Dawkins, one of his 3 triples. They're up 18 right now, midway through the second half. Coach K looking to join Jim Boeheim as the only D1 coaches with 900 wins at a single school. Boeheim's squad all over Miami in the first half. And, well, Marcus Smart, about 20 points in his last 5 games, had 11 in his previous 3. Oklahoma State, West Virginia, coming up next. Back to John and Dan.
Hey, Steve, thanks a lot. And, Steve, as you follow those highlights, I know everybody will be interested to keep an eye on Syracuse because the ACC is being dominated by Syracuse and Pittsburgh, the 2 Big East schools. But in our game, you look for the domination of VCU and their ability to turn the ball over, but it's been La Salle would do it.
Well, VCU has shown the ability to turn the ball over. Unfortunately, they've been turning it over. 8 turnovers leading to 12 points in the second half. A lot of them are like that. Just sloppy. That's been kind of going on all game for VCU. And as the game wears on, it hasn't stopped. It's led to a lot of easy points. 12 in this half for La Salle.
And for now, VCU, they're still going to try and put pressure on the ball. You know what John Giannini has done is put a lot of ball handlers out there. And that helps. Look at that cut. Duran.
That was pure genius out of the timeout. That's why he's a doctor, John. A little up screen.
Reddic.
You have to make that if you're Reddic. Like, you get great position, barely a touch foul, and you got to knock it in. But it's amazing what happens when you pass it a little bit and move without the ball. A little high ball screen, and Duran just ran off a right. No help from Wright's man. Bucket.
You're right. That's his fourth foul. Zach will come back, but I'm sure John Giannini is saying, come on, big guy. I just put you back in the game. You cannot foul them.
No question. And the bigger issue was the position he gave up to Reddic. Reddic had 2 feet in the lane. You're always going to foul when you do that. When you allow that kind of position.
Garland, a little too strong. Reddic with the rebound.
That's what we were talking about, John. You beat the pressure, now you got to play out of it. Are you going too fast? Looked like they were going too fast there, Garland.
Oh, Reddic, little face up. Garland just pulls it back out. Zach gets a bounce pass back out to Lewis. To Zach. He lost that ball and it still went in.
Boy, that's good stuff. High ball screen. Zach playing in the middle of the floor.
Oh, whoa. But you better get back on defense, Johnson. They got a lot of guys with a green light.
Johnson doesn't even have a light. He's on the highway, just goes shoot it whenever. Almost a travel.
It was a travel.
Last time out, Shaka Smart was all over the refs about that exact thing right there. A couple travels on VCU. And Shaka did a good job at that timeout, reminding the referees, look, that goes both ways.
Mo Alley Cox, a freshman, comes in. That's a big freshman.
That's a big, strong freshman.
Graham went into the paint, looking for help, but got fouled.
Explorers foul, so number 23, Khalid Lewis, his first.
2 things are happening here, John. High ball screen for La Salle, where they keep Zach in the middle of the lane and they play out of it. He's made good passes and he just rolled for a bucket. And then on this end, when Graham's in the game, they run a little action, and eventually it comes to Graham, top of the key with the ball on an isolation. He's scored, and now he's going to the foul line.
It's going to be interesting because VCU's got a lot of fouls to shoot at this point, already into the 1-and-1. Pretty soon they'll be in the double bonus. Duran and Garland. Shot clock under 10. Garland, tough shot, gets it down on the iron.
You let a guy in the middle of the lane that's got skill, that's going to happen. Shot, bucket, or both.
The freshman, Allie Cox, doesn't convert. Garland at the other end does. Back up to a 7-point La Salle lead.
It was a great play by Zach. Allie Cox got the ball, couldn't go score over Zach. Then the run out by Garland.
Graham, oh, that's strong.
You got to find something you're comfortable with as a coach offensively, and Graham, middle of the floor is it for Shaka Smart.
Garland from the baseline knocks it in. Oh. And Lewis goes coast to coast.
Let's keep playing. Let's go.
I was going to say, defense is optional right now. Content to slow things down for a moment.
This has been the best officiated game I've seen all year. They've let players go make shots. They haven't called those little bumps.
3 on the shot clock. Garland gets fouled. I can't believe Garland got that ball to the bucket.
I can't believe Graham fouled him. Graham's got 4 inches and longer arms. Just back off. John, it's fun. It's fun here when guys get up and down. Zach with the outlet pass and Garland with the finish. Garland's taking this over.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. Focus is the feeling of clarity and alertness. It's the feeling you get from 5 Hour Energy. And in part by Audi. Truth in engineering.
64-59 as La Salle almost didn't show up for much of the first half, but boy, do they have their offense going, and it helps when you have a senior by the name of Treveon Graham.
Treveon Graham started out, I thought, with bad decisions. You know, kind of like an 18-year-old going to college. Bad decisions, but then he figured it out. And, man, has he been good here lately. No one's been able to keep him in front. And if they have, he's scored over him. You see, 13 second-half points. It's a fun game, John. The referees have forgotten all that nonsense with calling every little touch. And they've let guys play. And, man, they played well.
Well, we talked about it at the top of the telecast, just how intense things can be in the Atlantic 10. This conference boasts 9 schools that are in the top 100. You're going to get a decent RPI on almost every night.
Remember talking to Brad Stevens when they went in the A-10 last year, and he said the same thing John Giannini said. Every night you're facing really good guards. You know, they may not have the 6'10" kid that, you know, maybe the Big Ten has or the ACC or whatever, but every night these guards are as good as any in the country. Why do coaches take guys out that are rolling? Like, that dude is rolling, Garland.
You want to catch on fire? I don't know. You were a coach, you tell me.
I just remember when I worked with Coach Knight, it was like, man, if you were rolling, you were never coming out. Look at that, another unforced turnover.
Quick hands by Lewis. And Wisely doesn't see anything there, so let's reset. Put it into the hands of Duran. Zach calls for the ball and comes to set the screen. Dish down to Brown. Off the glass. Brown has been key for them off the bench.
I got to show you veteran play here. If we can pause it, well, right here is Reddic. Reddic is seen by Duran, so Duran just goes the other way, which collapses the defense. That is a veteran move. He did not sell going left or right until he saw where the help was coming from. It was coming from his left, so Duran went right and made a play. That's patience, great patience by Duran.
And the free throw line continues to be a problem for VCU.
Returning for your Explorers, number 1, DJ Peterson. He replaces number 35, Rohan Brown.
Brown goes to the bench, so LaSalle gets a little smaller as Peterson comes in.
Well, this is where VCU really needs to get their hand on basketball. If they're going to get it back into this game, they're going to have to make it a three-quarter court to full court game and start getting their hand on the ball.
I mentioned the free throws. VCU has missed 7. I got to say, the way this game went for about the first 15 minutes, this 69-60 score is a surprise. But again, a lot of work in the clock. Mills carried the ball.
Shaka Smart was calling for that 3 possessions ago, and he kept on it with the officials.
You see what LaSalle does. I mean, you ought to win when you're up in the final 5 minutes, but hey, it's basketball. It goes back and forth. Reddic with the finish.
Juvonte Reddic.
It's going to be a 10-second count. Oh, they got the timeout.
Got the timeout.
That happened because Reddic got his hand on the ball, tipped it away. Dern had to go get it. Alert by John Giannini. Call it from the bench.
PJ's flavorful tender 100% beef steak is made locally and available now. PJ's
ESPN brings you 2 primetime matchups tonight. First at 4, Tennessee takes on number 6 Florida, part of Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. And at 7, Michigan State. Saturday primetime presented by DirecTV. That's 21 against 3. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. We mentioned just how important this game is. Well, here's proof. St. Louis, who is a extremely good team. I mean, that team could go deep in the tournament. And everybody just on their heels, nipping at them, are pretty good as well.
Oh, really good league. I'm really happy Maurice Creek, kid transferred from Indiana. He's now at George Washington. Got eligible immediately because he graduated, having a big year. 4 or 5 years ago, he was the best freshman scorer in the country. Then he got hurt and hurt again and again.
Yeah, kept it.
Jordan Burgess, his 4th personal foul.
Burgess picks up his 4th.
Now at the line for
now into the bonus for LaSalle.
Garland shooting a 1-1.
It's the first miss for LaSalle from the free throw line. First miss for Garland, rather. Brandenburg. Oh, tough shot.
Tough shot.
Looking for contact.
Yeah, he was. Really good defense. That's the difference, John. Remember, Zach swatted down and they called a foul a few possessions ago. He just kept moving his feet, showed his hands.
Now VCU known for their D. Crowd gets up on that swipe and miss. Mills misses the 3. Well, Graham won't get that call on the continuation, but he will go to the free throw line. When we come back in Philadelphia, Shaka Smart looking for answers.
Steve Weissman in studio. Syracuse went up 26-8 on Miami. Jeremy Grant there with the follow, but the Canes ended the half on an 18-5 run. It's a close one. Meanwhile, it is all about Duke against Florida State, despite that Monte Brandon lay-in. 11-point lead for the Blue Devils. Let's go back to Philly.
Steve, thanks a lot. You look at the unbeaten that are remaining. Arizona. Just an incredible job this team has done, and a lot of it because of the tremendous play of freshmen. Syracuse, freshman, running the show, right?
Yep.
Wichita State.
Sophomores in the backcourt.
Yeah, exactly.
Van Fleet and Baker.
But the reason I make the point about freshmen is because I think in the next few years, a team that's laden with seniors is going to surprise somebody and make a run and win the tournament. You look at St. Louis this year.
Yep.
These one-and-dones may deliver the best talent, but the best teams may come out of guys who play together for a few years.
Totally with you on that, John. And, you know, we talk about freshmen all the time, but you're going to see tonight, Keith Appling, pretty good senior for Michigan State. And two senior inside once. There you go, got a ball in the hand on the ball.
Just look at this game. The upper class are playing so well.
I think C.J. Fair personally is a first-team All-American, the way he's played and handled everything, really everything for Syracuse.
Here's at the corner. Graham on the baseline, cut off. Johnson, ball fake.
Johnson had a layup.
Weber swings it right back out to Johnson, misses everything.
Ball's out of bounds. It'll be VCU basketball.
Wow, this missed by a ton. After terrific ball movement, Johnson had passed up a shot or two.
Short clock. Graham drops it in.
Middle of the floor. That's the comfort zone for Graham. Got to get a hand on the ball without foul.
They work it into the middle to try and beat that pressure. And Garland with it. Is LaSalle taking the air out of the ball early, or?
Yeah, they've been running this a little bit, going a little later than most. But I'll say this, VCU has not guarded this at all. They have not been able to keep the ball in front of them very well at all.
Garland floater is good. Wow, that's got to kill Shaka Smart. He works it that long defensively. They let the clock go down. Graham can't get it to go, followed by Reddic. Plus one.
Graham doing what he wants to do. He thought he was going to get fouled, drew a little contact. And on this drive here, you see Zach come, which clears up the backboard for Reddic, just too big. And Zach gets back in the play, gets him with a body. Well, there's your free throw.
Yeah.
Graham missed one, Reddic missed one right in the last two possessions.
That free throw line. They're going to have to try and clean that up. This is going to cost them some games.
Got to go to Garland here, right? Take 30 seconds off, go to Garland.
Right now, they haven't shown any ability to stop Garland.
Nope. Can't keep him out of the lane.
Durham, double team.
Travel.
They'll get the timeout.
Oh.
Ball by the Explorers.
Oh.
30 seconds.
I have to take back what I said about the officiating.
You don't have to take it all back. Interesting that time that they didn't opt to put it in the hands of Garland right away.
I can't hear you. Make some noise.
West Virginia and Oklahoma State. The Big 12 coming up next.
Marcus Smart, no relation to Shaka Smart. Good a leader as there is in the country. Just a great player. I have no idea how he's going to play in the NBA. That's beyond me, but I will say this, that kid I would follow. He is a leader. He is a tough kid. And I, for one, was really glad that he stayed in school, and he's made college basketball better, I think.
Yeah, the fact that he clearly could have gone and made a lot of money and opted to come back. And interesting as well that he had some words for all those freshmen that are taking all the spotlight.
And some of those guys are thinking about coming back, supposedly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Barry Parker was saying. But down here, 1:20 to go.
Durham, because Weber's not on him anymore.
Durham. You know what? Durham and Garland have just not led this team, but they have done things that get you victory.
Oh, there's no question about it. Held on to the ball, have stolen the ball. And VCU has not kept him in front, but smart. John Giannini is smart. He is not letting Weber guard the ball. They're going against anybody but Weber.
Checking with Steve in the studio.
ESPN 3, John.
So now people know where to find that. We got 1:07 to go. 6-point LaSalle lead. Very impressive second half by Tyrone Garland.
He's gotten right there. He's gotten in the lane. He's knocked in shots when he's gotten in the lane. Now here out in transition, but he has been the comfort guy for John Giannini and LaSalle. Offensively, you want to find something you know you can go to it. Right there, you know you can go to it.
LaSalle went to VCU last year and beat them there.
With the same actions, the same ball screen, spread it and drive you. First half, they weren't moving the ball. Second half, they got better ball movement. They opened up the offense for them.
Garland, different player in the first half to the second half. That's a nice thing about having veteran guys, right?
Yeah, right? Veteran guy, you're supposed to go do that.
So I know when to expend my energy.
Late. Big possums walk late.
What? Big what?
Possums.
Beverly Hillbilly?
I don't know. I heard it one time and I kind of liked it. Or big dogs walk late.
Well, let's see which one's walking late here. VCU. Graham. Against Peterson, he just kept riding Peterson, hoping for a whistle, and finally gets it.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to stop Graham with a head of steam, middle of the floor. And Peterson did everything he could, but got ran over by the freight train.
Graham's one of the guys you can trust up there at the line.
I didn't make that up either. His nickname is the freight train.
No, I know. I know you didn't make it up. I'm still worried about the big possum thing.
Walk late.
Just 4-point game. And this is where VCU can cause all kinds of problems. Peterson. Oh, Garland. Almost off his fingertips. Now he's double teamed. And a timeout called by LaSalle.
Couple good timeouts. That had to be a 5 count. I think the referee forgot to count, John. I think he was looking for the tie-up and forgot to count.
Shaka Smart, that's what he's saying. He said, I didn't even see anybody's hand moving with the count.
No, because they were so focused, the refs were on the ball, on the jump ball. Clock would start about right there. Well, the ref was. Well, the ref was
counting. Yep. Garland and Duran have pretty much done a lot on their own. Reddic trying for a foul. Duran jumps over top of him and goes out of bounds.
Every other game I've watched this year, that'd have been a foul on Reddic, but they're letting him play, and I love it. Watch right here, a little bump, and now you got to jump over him. And the ball goes out of bounds. I don't think I've ever seen that, John.
I'm not sure he touched him when he jumped over. Graham drops it in and gets us back to a 2-point game. Got a foul, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, Peterson loses the ball. Weber gets it and slides out of bounds.
Oh. If I'm La Salle, I'm getting Weber out of there. I'm not letting Weber guard my ball handler. I'm putting him in the corner and keeping him there.
Oh, plenty left here. Let's go back to Steve.
All right, John, those looking to find Oklahoma State and West Virginia, it is starting over on ESPN3 right now, also on the Watch ESPN app. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla on the call. Meanwhile, an exciting finish in Philly. Let's go back to John Saunders and Dan Dockett.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Indeed, an exciting finish here because for a while it looked like we might not have a game. VCU looked dominant early in the game. La Salle then has done that in the second half, and now in the final minutes, Peterson loses it.
And you know what? The right hand. Weber did not need his right hand. He just extended it to protect himself. And while he did that, he grabbed the ball with his left, and his right hand was out of bounds. What a big play.
That's tough. Get the turnover you need. Peterson looked like, see, he's looking at that spot in the floor. It looked like he stepped on a wet spot or something.
Yeah, he just slipped. You know, usually we complain because there's usually a sticker there in the preseason tournaments. No sticker, just floor. Slipped, fell down.
Into Dern. They got to foul him, and Brandenburg does that.
VCU fouls number 11.
Still a 1-and-1.
His third. Team's 8. Out the line for your Explorers, number 3, Tyree Duran, shooting a 1-on-1. Returning for your Explorers, number 23, Khalid Lewis. He replaces number 21, Tyrone Garland.
You pretty impressed with the guards in this game?
Yeah, second half. First half, not so much, but second half, absolutely. They played like they played last year in the Sweet 16, the first, second rounds. Whoops.
Oh, and a miss. VCU with a chance to tie or take the lead. Graham ties this game. La Salle's got 9 seconds, no timeouts. Dern with the ball. Gets it into the hands of Peterson. Sack underneath. Gets the shot off. He had more time than I think he realized.
John, we said early in the game, don't complicate it. Zach had the ball, just go up and lay it in. All of a sudden, this is pretty good. Middle of the floor, Graham, he's been doing this for the last 5 minutes. Nobody there to stop him. He just splits the defense. And now with 9 seconds to go, a couple of travels, one right there, just lay it in against a smaller guy. Instead, as you said, I think he got rushed by the time, went away from the basket. You just need to power dribble, back it up, go up, lay it up, win the game, take your girlfriend out to dinner.
At the very least, if he goes up strong, he's getting fouled.
Without question.
See the importance of this game in the Atlantic 10 standings as everyone's chasing perfect St. Louis.
And when you hit game-winning shots, there are other girls that want to be your girlfriend. You become really popular. Just back it down and lay it in.
Let's go to Steve.
A lot of girlfriend talk over there. If you want to find Oklahoma State, West Virginia, it is on ESPN3 right now in the Watch ESPN app. Mountaineers with a 4-2 lead. Remember, back on January 11th, Oklahoma State won on Markel Brown's three-point shot with 12 seconds to go. But we've got overtime in Philadelphia, tied at 73. John and the father of Andrew Dockich.
You guys are doing a great job. Swear to God.
The father of Andrew Dockage is talking to the officials, telling them what a great job they're doing. They missed that.
Huh?
Steve threw back to the father of Andrew Dockage.
Yeah, man, Andrew Dockage, world's greatest walk-on. Getting ready for Michigan State. I was telling the refs they're doing a great job of letting them play. It's fun.
Well, it'll be VCU with the first opportunity to take the lead.
Yeah, this has to be Graham against Zach right here. Yeah, absolutely.
Graham was looking for a backdoor pass. Now finally Reddic comes to the ball.
You go right back to it. Absolutely. You just got to wear this matchup out.
Shoots. The three-pointer, no good. Reddic with a tip. And now La Salle goes to work. Garland lobbed it down to the right. And turns it over.
That was Garland's fault. That was Garland's fault. He threw a soft pass. It got tipped. Wright was sprinting, but he had two people around him as a guard, and John Giannini was all over Garland. You just don't do that. You don't put your big in a bad spot.
Brandenburg. Reddic swings it back. Oh, nice block by Duran. Gets out of Burgess and gets a hand on the ball. Mills now. Garland. Tip back up and in by Zach.
Can't keep Garland out of the lane, John. They can't. And when people come to help, opens the backboard.
They keep working on Zach as Graham goes up. Gets fouled.
Explorers fouls on number 25, Treveon Graham.
Well, this has been all afternoon, second half. Garland in the lane. This time he missed. And Zach does a good job of taking advantage of Reddic watching. Gets tipping.
That's it for Wright. Heads to the bench.
Now that I don't think hurts the way this game has gone.
No, not the way it's played, right?
No, they'll bring in Peterson. They'll bring in somebody who's just going to go handle the basketball and let Zach be the postman. Better matchup on defense too against Graham.
Down the lineup for your Explorers.
It's a fun game.
Peterson.
Coach, you got a little free time out there, didn't you?
Sure. 60 seconds. Guy files out. Talk about it.
Keep giving away points. Graham and Reddic with 30 of the 40 points after halftime for VCU, but they'd have a bunch more if they could make free throws. Got to watch again. Get across. Sal leads by 1. Let's see if they put the guards in the lane. Zach comes up, sets the screen. Shot clock is down to 7. Garland shot well off the mark. Boy, we've seen some wide air balls, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the first time Garland has settled. That ball hit the back.
Graham with it now, looking to give VCU the lead. Brandenburg comes to Weber. Graham jumps his way to the hoop, jumps his way to the free throw line.
You want to know why Shaka Smart is so good? He knows the matchup, and then he knows how to exploit it. This ball was reversed 3 or 4 times. It comes back there to Graham, and now the lane is open, and all he needs is a crease. They tried to isolate Graham in overtime early. That didn't go, so Smart figured out a way to get him the ball, him being Graham, with a little bit of advantage. And the kid is so big and strong, nothing they can do.
He's got a career high right now with 29.
He's going to get an opportunity to get to about 35.
Yeah.
Got to make free throws.
Well, La Salle, this has pretty much been their MO. Most of the second half and now into overtime. Work the clock down, let Garland or Duran create something in the lane. And this time he gets bumped by Reddic.
VCU fouls on number 15, Juvonte Reddic. His 3rd personal foul.
Well, they had the matchup they wanted, Weber guarding Garland. And they had him going sideways. They had him going towards Giannini, and Reddic just gets undisciplined and fouls. Look, show your hands, just move your feet.
We're still in a 1-and-1 right now. Not reached the double bonus yet. Ends up back into the hands of Weber as they're likely going to try and create something for Graham.
Now they put him on the block.
Graham goes up, Zach swats down, and the foul.
Again, making basketball easy. They brought Reddic to the foul line, and look underneath right there. Graham just moves his defender up the lane. Lewis. Smart by Smart. And on the other end, John Giannini's doing the same thing. He's getting the matchup that he wants as well.
So Graham 30 points now. Career high.
DJ Peterson. He replaces number 23, Lewis.
This pressure has not caused a lot of problems for La Salle, but just enough to get VCU back in the game when they're falling behind by double digits.
Yeah. And this kid right here, he's been the key to the entire thing, Garland. I like this, fall back in a little 2-3 zone and take away the cheap foul.
He also takes away that lane a bit, too. Garland dumps it down. Peterson gets fouled, and that is going to be called intentional.
No, just 2 shots. It looked like he was going to call it.
Oh, it was the grab that he was showing. It looked like he was going to.
Now at the line, number 1, DJ Peterson.
Oh, goodness.
Smart. John Giannini, they went to zone, and Giannini just did the same thing they would do in man-to-man. They just came up with Zach, set a high ball screen right in the middle of the floor, and the ball got where he wanted it, in the lane. Well-coached teams, really well-coached teams.
West Virginia and Oklahoma State over on ESPN News. And that one, of course, will come here on ESPN2 when we are done. We'll sell up by 1.
I like this move. Brown against Graham. Brown has the size that when Graham gets the ball and starts bullying, then they switch to a zone, a 3-2 zone. But he wanted more size out there, Giannini did.
Under a minute again. Brandenburg. Gets back from Weber. Into the middle. Graham. Off the glass. And good.
Oh, man. What a flash from opposite by Graham. He came in behind the front line of the zone into the middle, and then What a great finish. What a great game by Treveon Graham.
Terrific game. And elsewhere as well, Steve.
Yeah, John, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, now over on ESPN News. Of course, you can still see it on the Watch ESPN app. Aaron Harris for 3, and the Mountaineers looking to get a little bit of revenge against the Cowboys. 6-point lead halfway through the first half.
For Graham with his career high 33 points right now. And he's scored in a variety of ways.
Yeah, so smooth. I mean, one dribble pull-up. He'll take it all away and just bully somebody to the rim. He's played in the middle of the floor, and he's done this basically all second half, last 10 minutes of the second half in the overtime. This was just terrific. Just good offense. He recognized the open spot, middle of the zone, and was able to finish with a little bit of a dipsy-do.
He's the reason we went to overtime with that last deuce he got. Right now, just a 1-point lead for VCU, the squad on the road. Again, each of these teams 3-1 in the Atlantic 10 behind St. Louis. So a huge matchup early on in the season. You look down those schools, this conference going to send a bunch of teams to the tournament, aren't they?
Well, I would think there's got to be 6 in play here, certainly. You know, Richmond, St. John's, VCU is terrific. They've really righted themselves since being in Puerto Rico, and George Washington has had a terrific year. You know, think about it, the Big Ten's a great conference, but you look at a school like Indiana, they don't have any wins. You know, Kentucky really doesn't have any wins. I mean, they're going to win the conference and they'll be in the tournament, but some of these blue blood type teams don't have any wins. So that's going to be the most interesting thing to me as we move forward. Team like George Washington, or a team like a VCU if they don't win the league. I thought a team like Florida State was going to be good when I watched them beat VCU and beat them bad, but they're struggling.
Zach comes with the ball and gets it back into the hands of Duran.
You just don't want to commit a silly foul.
Get it across. And
again, this is the matchup. Weber's not involved.
About 9 seconds difference.
That's the silly foul.
Wow.
That is what you absolutely don't want to do.
Brandenburg picks up the foul, too, your senior.
Duran, Brandenburg wasn't locked in. He was kind of loose. And Duran took advantage. Brandenburg reached.
Duran now with a chance to put La Salle back on top.
He replaces number 1, DJ Peterson.
No, you cannot fuck there.
Johnson. He replaces number 20, Jordan Burgess.
That's the... You got to make a team that hasn't scored score.
And Duran, you know he's going to get up there and knock them both down. So La Salle by 1. Final 22 plus. Timeout, VCU. All right, Coach, what you got for me?
Well, a couple things. Number one, if they're in the zone, you get 2 guys on top, you play a 2-1-2 against it, and the middle guy, the 1, is Graham, and you try to get the ball to him. The back guys play underneath the zone. If they go man-to-man, I personally would like to see VCU start immediately into their weave action where the ball goes side to side, not wait. Immediately go into weave action, which is where it's going to end up with Graham ball on the top of the key. That, to me, those are the 2 things, 1 against zone, 1 against man.
80-79, the lead for La Salle here with 19 seconds left in overtime. La Salle has a timeout. VCU just used their final one. Both teams get a double bonus, as you might expect in overtime. Treveon Graham has scored 33, while the rest of his mates have dropped 46 in, but not uncommon to lean on one person with any level of basketball. So they're going to have to lean on who can ever get the shot right here. Brandenburg. Graham comes up high to get the ball. 7 seconds. Graham is looking to create, and you get a reach in.
It's a good call. It's the same call you got on the other end, John. There was, to make this one even worse, watch how many people are in the area. Graham's going to go to his right. Watch, there's one with Mills, and there's another guy right there ready to help. And Mills, instead of just being disciplined, showing his hands, he reaches in and bails him out. Drive you nuts, coaching. Coaching will drive you nuts.
I don't understand how you guys do it, first of all, because I would be nuts. They'd literally be carrying me off in a rubber room.
You think about what John Giannini had set to. It's running down to 5-6 seconds. He's got the best guy on the floor, Graham, guarded by a good defender with a help guy right there. And which means you got 2 choices for Graham. One would be take a bad shot. The other would be to kick it and somebody other than Graham beats you. And yet you go reach in and you foul.
After at the other end,
same thing.
Late in the clock, Brandenburg fouls, puts him on the line to give him the lead.
That's why really there should be a home for coaches.
There is. It's called a bar.
I was going to reference that, but I didn't know how far I could go.
Oh. And free throws, which has killed VCU throughout this game, has a chance to give them the lead and perhaps the win with 5 seconds left.
John, ball screen as far out in the court as you can. Get it to Garland or Durham.
Misses it. Peterson launches from half court, and we're going double overtime.
We have reached the end of our first overtime period with our score VCU 80.
Make a free throw, you're going to win the game, right?
Make a free throw, don't commit the foul. A lot of different things could happen.
Graham pulled up a little short on this, hit the front of the rim. Peterson got the ball and was immediately looking around. Hey, there is no looking around. You get it with 5 seconds. You just put your head down and sprint and figure it out later, and we go to double overtime.
That about says it. Let's check in with Steve.
All right, thank you very much, John. What a finish we've got going on there. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State hosting West Virginia right now. The game you're expecting to see on ESPN2. We'll eventually get to it, but first let's send you out to John Shambi and Fran Fraschilla.
Well, welcome back to Philadelphia, where we're headed to double overtime. VCU and La Salle. First half belonged to VCU, second half belonged to La Salle, and there we can't break it open. The whole game's belonged to Treveon Graham. Except that last free throw.
I was going to say. But you never know what will happen. If he makes it, maybe they inbound it and go down the floor and you get beat. Who knows? There's that high-low again with Graham and Reddic.
Graham comes to the ball from Weber and Burgess. It's just going to give it to Graham and get out of the way. Graham loses it, tipped around. Shot from the baseline, no good. And now La Salle goes to work in the hands of Duran.
John Brandenburg needed to make that shot. Graham needed a little help there. He can't do everything, but you know what? Brandenburg hadn't taken a shot in a while.
Nobody else has taken a shot in a while from VCU. Garland, ooh, almost turned it over. Weber almost came up with that, and that ball's kicked.
15 on the shot clock.
So the shot clock will add a few seconds to it, back up to 15.
I'm going to say it again. I love the way this is being officiated. A lot of officials would have called a little bump right there on Reddic. I just love what this crew is doing.
Garland in for a closer look. Short. Zach with the rebound. Gets fouled.
VCU fouls on number 21, Treveon Graham, his 4th personal foul.
Zach down there battling. Nobody gets back to him after he passes the ball out. You got to make sure you account for him. He's really the only big guy on the court for VCU or for La Salle.
Returning for VCU, number 32, Melvin
When you
Johnson.
get into a game like this, again, as somebody who's just watching the game,
Correction, he replaces.
I mean, those free throws start to go up, you start to wonder.
I thought that one was short. It's almost like every one you expect to bounce out. Zach's a good player.
Yeah, he is. Weber, close to coast, and Reddic is there to clean it up.
You're in double overtime, and your team's walking back and gives up an easy bucket because Weber just goes harder and competes harder.
They made 2 mistakes there. Garland goes in. Zach tries to do the same thing at that end. Graham.
Look at
that. Reddic is just getting to the rim too easily. Doesn't convert that time. Just a great job by VCU and Reddic to be aggressive.
Oh, Rex got 25 and 13, 14.
Garland.
There's a mess up here. The ball can get reversed. You're going to have a wide open shot.
Lewis floats it up. Offensive foul.
It's an offensive foul called on the Explorers, number 23.
Couldn't get the ball reversed, so instead drive it to the baseline, and against Weber, that's bad business. You see right there, elbow extended, good call. That's one of the easy ones right there. When you knock him down with a left elbow right in front of the ref, it's going to be called a foul. I'll go to Reddic here. There you go.
Working on Zach, whose handle still belongs to VCU.
A great help by Dern because Reddic had Zach off his feet, was going to get a bucket, a foul, or both. Dern came in and stripped him.
Mills comes in for Garland. Graham. Back outside. Brandenburg knocks in a three-pointer.
That's what Brandenburg should be doing. He's senior. He scored over 1,000 points. Graham set him up nice. Ooh, that was 10 seconds.
10-second violation. And it goes by the shot clock. That shot clock hits 25. That's it. Watch the shot clock.
That was close.
Very close. Brandenburg. Reddick's calling for the ball down there. Graham spins, loses his footing.
It wasn't a travel because he didn't have the ball in his hand when he fell. Crowd wants to travel. Wasn't a travel.
Brandenburg, Reddick setting the screen. He's feeling it now. Three-pointer is good.
My, you're right. You called it. He was feeling it, John.
Timeout La Salle.
Brandenburg, this kid beat Trey Burke and Jared Sullinger's team in high school by 30. And he's a senior now in college, and you're right here. You just felt like he was feeling it. Step back, Jack knocks it in. 6 straight by Brandenburg. 6-point lead, VCU.
Really enjoying himself, too.
I had a 2-hour conversation with him after that game, and we did a couple weeks ago a date, and really enjoying himself. You're right.
And now it's just man-on-ball pressure. As Garland brings it up, picks up the dribble, almost turns it over. Zach. Whoa. Garland tries to answer the three, and he's short.
Now you take the air out of it if you're VCU, but you don't stop doing what you do, even though Burgess, or excuse me, Graham on the bench.
Last 4 times they've had the ball, La Salle's come up empty. Turned it over once as well. And I see a lot of guys grabbing their shorts.
Yeah, last couple times, you're mentioning guys grabbing their shorts. Last couple times Garland shot the ball, it's been really short. He's played valiantly, tough, but expended a lot of energy.
You got Dunn into the game. Taylor Dunn for La Salle hasn't played a lick in this game.
I would guess Mills would get a shot here against Burgess if they want to go to him.
Duran. Spin and drops it in. Oh, look at this. Reddic. Everyone on La Salle completely oblivious. Garland. Oh, Weber fouls him shooting a 3. It's the 3rd time in this game Garland's been fouled shooting a 3.
His 3rd team over the limit.
This thing went south for La Salle in a hurry, didn't it?
Yeah, once they started going against Weber, Weber got the offensive foul against him, couple shots in the lane. And the other thing that happened defensively for VCU is I thought Juvonte Reddic was really good hedging. He got much more aggressive.
Returning for VCU, number 21.
Well, La Salle had gone to an offense where they were spreading things out, working the clock, then letting Garland go one-on-one, but that stopped.
Well, it stopped for a couple. Well, he missed a couple, but also they went to a ball screen deal, which brought too many people in the area.
Returning for your Explorers, number 35.
End to end, and now.
And now La Salle's got a foul.
At the line, VCU, number 2, Juvonte Weber.
And again, this is someone you do want to line for VCU. Weber 81%, but this is a game that VCU might have won in regulation if they shot better free throws.
And in first overtime.
And
2-possession game, that's what you wanted if you're John Giannini.
Duran loses his footing. Well, I don't think they want Brown shooting from out there.
Not even a little bit.
Toe of Duran.
I think he slipped on the ice.
Yeah, okay. As far as I know, they don't play any hockey in here. So.
Well, there's something, because that's twice people have slipped. Once here on the left side, once in the middle of the lane. Reddic has played a terrific game. They're taking him out now to switch everything on the perimeter. But he's been sensational in this game.
For VCU, it's just make him work as hard as you can. Yeah, a little harder than that. As Garland goes down, lays it in, and there's another.
He's following us. But... This kid remind you of Rajon Rondo? When I see him, I see Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Got that kind of build, and he kind of plays that way. He guards on the ball pretty good. He finds people. He's all energy. Always talking.
Garland. Guys reverse it. Brown went after the rebound, can't get it.
And that's what I said. If you don't score, they just dribble it out. So 2 was worth a try.
And La Salle will concede the rest of the way. They couldn't solve Graham, who had 34. Reddic with 27. VCU has now won 8 of their last 9 games. This is a different team than you saw early.
Totally different team. When they got beat twice in Puerto Rico, they figured it out. And tonight they figured out Graham and then Brandenburg late.
Coming up next, Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy continues. West Virginia taking on Oklahoma State. So long from Philly.
All right, John, Steve Weissman in studio getting you caught up on some crazy games all across the country. Syracuse, one of the 3 unbeatens, taking on Miami. But how about the Canes? Davon Reed, 16 leads all scores. Back comes Tyler Ennis, the fabulous freshman, plus the foul. This one has gone back and forth. Cuse led from the beginning, and we are all tied up 49 apiece. 5 minutes to go in the second half. Let's get you out to Stillwater. John Shambi, Franford Schiller.
All right, Steve, thanks very much. And here at Gallagher-Iba, a 3-point game. There's Clark with the rebound flying in.
Just told you he was doing a Marcus Smart imitation on the boards. That time he came up with it. Good effort.
Of last year's video, and Gordon said that they had a safe word, that if he felt like